Hey, you guys, it's Nita, your favorite diva, and I'm back. We are here for the after party for House of the Dragon, the Lord of the Tides. This is episode 8, and I have some special guests in the house, so I want to go ahead and bring them in. I have the incredible Lamont Tyson. He doesn't have crystals in one, but we'll take you, Lamont. You're
Thank you.
work tonight.
Crystal is somewhere listening, okay? Believe me, she is ready to get in on this conversation. And just be ready for like the finale type reviews and stuff we'll be doing. She's gonna be ready for all that good stuff. So just get ready. Crystal is ready. She ready.
Good. And I want everybody to put your hammers in the chat for my
Put
girl.
them up.
What's up?
Take on my fake hammer. Thank you so much for joining me. And then we also have Lex Gary, our book expert. So we have her here. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate all of you guys. We're not gonna hold you for a long time because some of my time got used up. That's okay.
I'm sorry.
We're gonna do some trivia. No, it's okay. We're gonna do some trivia. We're gonna do a little just talking, some freestyling, some good stuff. I got some words scrambled up in here. So, hey Daria, hey Michelle, hey Tamisa, hey Crystal, hey Tamika's Den. I love everybody. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all coming in here. Let's get on into it. I have a story. So I'm going to read a story. A story came out from Deadline this week where George R.R. Martin says that House of the Dragon needs 4 full seasons of 10 episodes at the current pace that is going. So with the time jump, everything, he needs 4 seasons, 10 episodes. How do you feel about that, Lamont?
I'm with it. And if he's saying we need 4 seasons, that probably means we're going to get 5 or 6.
Yeah, because they're going to try to milk it. They're going to get it.
Yeah, oh my God, they're going to try to milk it. I don't think enough can be said about the brilliance of George Martin's writing. And a lot of people were upset with Game of Thrones because the last couple of seasons they weren't truly inspired by his writing. Now, I mean, he signed off on it, but it wasn't inspired by the way he wrote it. He did because he didn't have those books done, and so a lot of people who are canon to the source material were a little upset about the way it ended. But he's got material now, and I think that they're going to ride this bad boy at least 6 seasons. I'm here for it. I got me a dragon, and I'm ready to ride. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm here for it, and I feel like we have 200 or 175 years to explore. I feel like we should be able to touch on very big key moments in the Targaryen history. So I'm here for it,
right?
And hope they do that like that. Moochie, what you got?
I want to see it. I'm here for it. I want them to do it right because they messed up with the other thing. So I want everything to be done right where we be like, now this is what I'm talking about.
Yes. And they have all the source material. As long as you have good writers that can craft a great, like, juicy narrative, I think it's, you got the source material. It's there. The lore is there. So just do it and do it right. Like, don't take those type of liberties that Dan and Dave did. Like, it's a no. We're not doing that. Use what you got and craft a great narrative. Lex, what you got?
There we go. I agree with literally everybody, and I do think that they could possibly possibly milk it to 5, but a solid 4 would be good because we don't want a situation where, you know, they're dragging it out and it's just like, all right. But I do think that this show is on our side because, you know, the book is already written. So they literally, it's completed. It is one book. I was told we're going to get a Fire and Blood Part 2, but that may be, you know, different histories or, you know, kind of like a prequel to it. Yeah, so we don't know. But it's nothing that they need to, you know, pull out the sky. They don't need the Dan and David, so it's not going to be Dan and Dave. I think this is going to be amazing, especially since George is so much more hands-on with this one. You know what I mean? I guess he kind of y'all screwed up my work once. Y'all ain't finna run that back.
Exactly.
Right. Lex, I want to ask you one other question because you are our expert. And so what I want to ask you is, I think I read an article that said that there were 16 kings or queens after Viserys. Does that sound about right? Or
possibly. I'm not gonna say for sure, but when we think about it, this was 172 years before the birth of Daenerys. So with that being said, you know, the whole flip a coin thing kind of like started happening during that. So if let's just say Jace sits the Iron Throne, right? And then let's just say a month later he's killed by Aegon. Aegon sits the throne, and then a month later, technically that all counts as seating the throne. So that honestly, that sounds about right. 172 years, about 16 kings. That's probably about right. Probably, possibly more.
Yeah. And that's the thing about when you ascend the throne, people are vying for your position. In order to be the king, you got to kill the king. So it definitely has the potential to have 16. So I was looking and reading. I'm like, who are all the kings after Viserys? I ain't see Rhaenyra's name on that list.
Well, she's still a woman though, so we don't know. We gotta watch. You know, they're not gonna write a woman down.
Right. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, I see.
Moochie,
let me ask you this: was Daemon on the list?
Was Daemon on the list? It was a version of Daemon, but I don't know if it wasn't. Does Daemon have a number behind his name? I think it was Daemon like the 3rd or something.
Then it's not him then.
Oh, Daemon. One of those. So yeah, I definitely Chris Best. I want to see the Blackfire Rebellions. I want to see, okay, let's talk about it. If we're going to talk about it, y'all, I want to see the Blackfire Rebellion. I want to see Robert's Rebellion. And of course, I want to see the Dance of the Dragons, but I don't know too much more in between there. So it's a little muddled for me, but I definitely hope that in this whole 175 years span that we can touch on big things that they've created lore on YouTube and people have talked about on YouTube and explored and stuff like that. Do y'all have any key points in the Targaryen lineage, the empire, that y'all want to see for sure? Lamont?
I want to see it. I want to see everything possible that man has in that book. Like, I don't want no stone left unturned, because as long as they keep allowing him to be an influencer in how they do their stories, I don't see how it could go wrong. There were some people, believe it or not, that was complaining about having a Targaryen story just because of the way it ended, the Game of Thrones ended. And I was telling them, my man has other books talking about this stuff. So if that's your concern, don't worry about it, because it's going to have more of his influence. So I would love for them to do stories about each and every one of those kings that we're not going to see in this series, and all the other people in the kingdom vying for those thrones. So Nita, I'm here for it. Definitely, I'm here for it.
Moochie?
I would want to see the story, like what Pretty Brown said, of the Mad King. I want to see how all of that took place. I want to actually see a young Daenerys and her brother flee and stuff like that. I would love to see all of that. I want to see how they came to power. I know we probably can't use the same people.
No, that's what
but you know what? It would be good. They would use a younger version of them anyway. So that's good anyway.
Because they
Right.
the
Yeah.
time jumps and using different people. So we
Yeah,
are.
I would love to see that. Yeah, I would love to see that.
Yeah. Yeah. So Aegon's conquest, that will be going back prior to what we are doing now, right? So I don't think we're gonna see that, Chris. Alex, we're not that's going back.
It's going back, and honestly, when the announcement about House of the Dragons came out like 2 years ago, I really thought they were going to start with Aegon's conquest and go all the way up into the Mad King. That would have been the smartest thing to do, but they focused in on the War with Dragons. But to get to Aegon, it's actually not that long ago compared to where we are right now in history. When you think about it, it's almost like the distance between. Okay, so I'm 28, but my great-grandmother was born in 1929. So I was able to see mother, grandmother, great-grandmother, and then maybe her mother, like around that, like, so it's really not that long ago between, you know.
So you're talking about like maybe within 100 years time, because I'm interested in seeing the setup to them building a kingdom inside a volcano, and then the volcano erupting and destroying all of it. I would love to see some kind of series like that on TV.
Valyria?
Because I want to, I want to see all that. I want to go back and see that.
Yeah, the Valyria could be its own show because we don't know we know about Valyria, but we don't even know the religion of Valyria, because keep in mind, Vhagar as well as Balerion and I cannot think of the third dragon, but they're named after Valyrian gods. Vhagar was a god in Valyria as well as Balerion. So it's like we don't know anything other than the Doom, and then how did the Doom actually happen? And Targaryens weren't even a powerful family over in Valyria. They were dragon riders, but they weren't like the top 10 powerfuls at all. Like their power. And then there's a conspiracy of, was that a plot? Like, like spells and stuff from Daenerys the Dreamer that made Valyria fall, you know what I mean? So that the Targaryens would be the only dragon riding family, because they are, what I mean? Like Corlys and them, they're Valyrian, but they're not dragon riders unless they, cross with each other. So Valyria would be such a good show. I feel like we could get that's the only thing I can see lasting as long as Game of Thrones.
Right. Yeah. And everything's Valyrian still. They speak Valyrian. That could be a whole show all to itself. I want it from the beginning. I want to see how they built the empire in the volcano. I want to see the volcano erupt. I want to see all of it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think what they were trying to do is because they were trying to get you really, really on board with all these dragons, and people were big Targaryen fans, and with that whole debacle, what happened in Game of Thrones and stuff like that, I think what they were trying to do was get to the most exciting part where you could see the dragons fighting and just the war and all that stuff. So I think that's why they went directly to this particular, the Civil War, because I think it's the most interesting part. But they may go back. Like I said, if this show does well, the opportunities are vast. Like they will start picking anything. So I wanted to ask you, Lex, Dunk and Egg, where does that series fall as far as Fire and Blood?
Okay, so before I jump into that, to answer your previous question, Viserys is the 5th Targaryen king, so I was right. Okay. Before Viserys was the old King Jaehaerys, then it was Maegor the Cruel that they said, Aenys, which was Aegon's son, and then Aegon. So that it's not that long ago. So most likely Jaehaerys could probably remember Aegon as like his great grandfather, something possibly. So now to jump forward, Dunk and Egg is after. So Duncan, good Lord, because Egg is Aegon, but it's I think maybe that's like Aegon the 4th, if we can remember Maester Aemon when he was like about to die and he was like, Egg. That's the Egg he's talking about. That's his brother.
Okay.
So that's way closer down the line, like, you know what I mean, towards what we saw in Game of Thrones. Okay. That would be around that time, not Fire and Blood at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. I love it. Okay, so let me see. I had that story. I think that was. I felt like there was another story. I think one of the writers got picked up by a marketing company, CAA or something like that, for House of the Dragon. So we maybe get more House of the Dragon some kind of way, in some shape or form, some kind of Game of Thrones or whatever. So I just wanted to throw that out there. I kind of want the after party to be about news, the news cycle and stuff like that, and do some games and some trivia. We can
But
move.
didn't they
That would be
also say
smart.
that it's a lot of
Mhm.
spin-offs coming from Game of Thrones as well, right?
Yeah.
Let me
We
get 10.
already, I think I sent you the thing this week where they showed the thing for Jon Snow, and that they got Ghost and half a Ghost face, the wolf, and then half of Jon Snow. It look hot.
Speaking of wolves,
Uh-uh.
here's mine. Say hello, Cosmo.
Oh, Cosmo.
What-
Look, I just
hey,
saved your
Cosmo.
Say hello,
Hey,
Cosmo.
you know, Lex, Cosmo could be a flirkin, but he's not, so he's a dog.
Cosmo is the spirit of Balerion.
Oh, okay. Uh-oh. If I ever see him in person, make sure don't nobody say Dracarys around him.
You stomp, he'll pee yourself.
You know, the only reason why I'm holding out a little bit of hope for the Jon Snow series is because I really want them to try to fix the wrongs that they did in Game of Thrones. So
They have to.
They can. If they just tie up the breadcrumbs that they already left and do it correctly, the smartest thing to do would be a 10-year jump into the future, being that 10 years kept coming out like in the season finale. And the smartest thing would, like I said, would be tie in those prophecies, because it was just really loose. It was never, they really should just do the Nisa thing, have Daenerys be resurrected over in what's the name. Somehow they make their way back to each other and they live happily ever after. I'll take that. I'll take that. If Bran fall out his chair and break his neck, I'll take that.
Now,
I'll take it.
now, didn't they say that the Jon Snow series is going to be a limited series? So they're only doing one season.
Yeah, like 8 episodes, 8 to 10
Yeah, 'cause
episodes.
they gotta
Yeah, it's a limited series.
They got
So that
made a movie and put it in the movie theater.
Nita, that tells me that what Lex said is exactly what they planning to do, because they are so upset from the fanfare and outcrying of what happened in the finale. They really want to just tie it up and say, put a bow on the series and say, we did come back and rectify the way we screwed up. But then the problem is we all want to know about Sansa. We all want to know about Arya. She's going traveling the world, kind of like Sea Snake. We want to know about those characters. So I feel like if they can do this limited series well, and there's enough fanfare, and they can somehow get George Martin on board, they might extend it, because Kit Harington, his career has not been the same since he left Game of Thrones.
The rehab.
My man even had, he went nuts. Okay,
He did.
Like,
he snapped.
No, like for real. Like I'm not playing with y'all. I'm not joking. This time.
He went to
rehab. He married the girl. Yeah,
he went to rehab.
He married the girl.
Is he still married to her?
Yes.
Yeah, they still married, but they did have a major falling out because of his mental state. Because her career just kept going up and up and up.
Yeah,
she wound up getting on
Time Traveler's wife.
Time Traveler. She got on the spin-off from The Good Wife. She got on one of the Netflix shows. She just kept going. But Jon Snow, he got like 2 shows and they was badly reviewed. Like they did a show with him called Gunsmoke, and it was horrible.
It was a Western. Yeah.
It was.
Yeah, talk about making somebody eat my grandma's old snuff. Ugh, it was disgusting. and he just couldn't. So they do like him. HBO likes him. George Martin likes him. So if this show is done right, I could see them trying to kick this can down the road. And Lex, would that make you upset as someone who's hardcore about the story and the books, if they kick the can down the road, let's say that they did the limited series and they did it right, would you be upset if they made more seasons beyond that?
Honestly, what the can you guys see me?
Yeah, we can see you.
Oh,
yeah.
I thought I clicked. Oh, okay, that was the screen. My bad. I was about to cuss on there. Sorry, but no, I would. I feel like it's gonna be too many rooms for error. They're gonna try to drag certain. Like, I don't need it current.
Mm-hmm.
I just need you to fix what you did wrong, wrap it, put a bow on it, and I'm good. I just don't respect how they ended it. I don't respect the ideology, behind it. Like, you got two females to fight to the death for a male to end up on the throne. It was a lot messed up that didn't sit well with me, but they can fix it if they just do it correctly and focus on what they're supposed to focus on. Honestly, we don't need to see Sansa. I don't care about her in the north. She's somewhere there, Percy ruling. Like, I don't want to see that heifer because she should have.
I don't want to see her either.
She should have died. I mean, I could have took her dying over Rickon. Like, let that little boy like Sansa was literally an entitled twat from beginning to end and ended up on the
kinda.
So
what
we could literally focus on, like I said, Daenerys, that whole story. We could finally see Ashai, the Red Priest and that could be a fire scene. I want to see the Red Temple. There's 4,000 people praying at all times, not to mention the guards. Like, we could see that open up there and then jump to Jon in the north. Like, let Ice and Fire meet again, wrap that up, put a bow on it, live happily ever after. I'm good with that. I'll be content with that. We can fix it, because at this point, it's not even about Westeros no more. If you want to be technical and stick to whatever, like, she broke the will. She did what she had to do.
She tore that thing down.
Never to be twisted or conscrued, because I know some people, I know I am a savage, but never to be conscrued or misunderstood. Like, Daenerys was the last queen to sit the throne. She took the city. It was her city. Let's not get it twisted. Right. And from what we are seeing right now, exactly, from what we're seeing right now in the past, she's there. She's Daemon's dream, because regardless, she took the city with one dragon. That's it. Greatest of all time, as far as I'm concerned. One dragon, 1/15 of her army, Dany Cold. Rest in peace. But all I have to say, like, they could fix a lot of that stuff. And I think that they should, because it was really wrong how they did us. We was fans for like 10 years. Like, Game of Thrones started my senior year of high school and ended 3 years ago. That was a good chunk of my life.
Right. They had us in the
HBO. My 20s were ruined. Fix it. Fix it.
Oh my goodness.
Follow up with that.
Follow up with it. You got me following behind this person with all the knowledge.
Do you agree with it? Do you want to push back?
I don't really want to see Sansa. I agree with her on that, definitely, because I was mad at her. I was mad at her the last season. And towards the end, I was mad at her. I was happy that she gained her strength, but I was mad of how she ended up turning out just like her mother and backstabbing Jon Snow.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because he basically gave her a secret, and she just went crazy with it and did some Littlefinger-ish.
Yeah.
I want to see them. I want to see Daenerys get her rightful thing too. I want to see that. I don't even. If Bran was telling more of a future where we could actually understand what's going on, then I would want to see him basically, how you say it, perfect his craft, perfect his talent.
Give us something.
He was all over the place with it.
Yeah.
So, by the time we get to the end, he was telling us stuff. But to me, Sam figured out everything quicker than
him. He did. And I want to see some more Sam. So the very fact of how much y'all hate Sansa makes me want to see more of her. And what are they going to do to get at her? If they spend the show 10 years. Right,
they
exactly.
Need to spend the block with Drogon.
Exactly.
You was out here snitching. You was abdicating the throne.
See, yeah, you can easily see them taking Sansa to replace Cersei if you wanted to, and make a good story out of it, because she wants power. She's drunk with power, And the fact that y'all hate her so bad makes a great antagonist, which is why I say we can do more than one season. And just depending upon how the fanfare turns out, it would be a savage show. I still need to see some more of my homegirl, what she doing. And if they was to split Jon Snow with Dany versus Sansa, who's now thinks she's the queen of everything, whose side is Arya going to be on? And I would love to see Big Brenna Taft come back. I mean, I need more than one season. Like, put a bow on
I could see Arya with Jon Snow. Because her and her sister, they had their problems too.
Yeah.
So
but
I don't
in
know.
the end,
She didn't treat her. You got to look at the relationship they had when she was younger. He was like, he's the one that gave her needle. And her and Sansa didn't get along. They did band together to get Littlefinger, but I just feel like I think she would go with Jon Snow.
I just don't see her in the north all the way up there where he is. So you think he's coming back down to King's Landing, down to Winterfell,
beyond the wall,
ruling? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And I don't see Arya going up there because it's such a, she wants to explore, she wants to do things, she wants to see, she wants adventure and stuff like that. She don't want to be
she don't want to be a lady.
She don't want to be a lady. So I don't see her, like, their relationship 100% is the closest, but I don't see them being together. No, I see her doing.
I don't see them together like that because we gonna see her. I feel like we could. I don't know if she's gonna be doing a faceless thing, but I would want to see. I definitely want to see her. She was one of my favorites.
I mean, look, you gave. Thank you. That's what I'm saying. You gave this girl all these powers.
Arya, because we got to see what's west of Westeros, so I could see her having her own show. But Jon, I don't think that they're gonna touch Westeros at all, because if it's a limited series, you opening up too many doors. Limited means you focused on a certain thing. They need to focus on Jon, Dany, tie that up. That's it. Because the moment you cross over into Westeros, now you actually gonna piss people off, because it's like, okay, but they didn't. What happened with it? It's too many. You got to one at a time. I could see them doing a limited series with Jon, and then possibly a movie if they smart. Y'all heard it here first. If they do it, but no, that's the smartest thing. To do like a limited series with Jon, and then do a 10-year jump movie. Like, that'd be the smartest thing to do.
Okay,
because I really want.
I can get with that.
Philly is ruling. And it's no God's Woods down there. So how is King No Feely ruling? I want to know. I really do.
Right.
I really want to know.
Now I can get with that, Lex. Do the limited series, then do a movie. And time jump it. I can get with that. Definitely. Cause look, Lex, they was talking about doing a movie the year they started filming the finale. They was talking about doing a movie then. And never did it.
Now, what if the joke's on us and they really did, and it's just waiting to pop out? Wouldn't that be crazy?
Whoa!
If they kept that under top seat, but HBO be dropping the ball. Look how long it took for them to come out with the daggone woke up this morning. What is that? I'm from Jersey. Sopranos. Like.
I think they had a problem when what you call it died. When
James Gandolfini?
Yeah, when James Gandolfini died, it messed everything up, because they was talking about doing a movie.
For years, though, it was a gap.
And they had to wait. They had to wait for the son. He
been sick, and we just
because remember his son played a younger version of him.
Yeah, but they waited. I'm saying they waited, like HBO. That's their problem. Like, you can't wait. People are, listen. We all got expiration dates. It is what it is. If you gonna jump on it, jump on it. Jump on it. You can't wait 10 years and then, let's do this. Like, no, that's no.
Now, Lex, they have shown that they are truly committed to this lure, the whole lure, because they have bumped. They took budget from the DC part of their universe. HBO did to put more money into everything going on over here with the dragons. $1 billion they're spending on this, and I agree with you, because they've not gotten the recipe right with the DC universe yet, And this recipe right here, this is the winning sauce at the cookout.
Yeah.
Is you keep this right.
It's different. Like, no disrespect, because I'm not a hardcore like superhero person, but like I watch stuff. I like Wolverine. No, he's not a superhero. The point that I'm trying to make is like I feel like it's a more diverse community, because I feel like even like people that I got to watch Game of Thrones, it's kind of like, oh, it's dragons and it's old, and you have to think about literally the setting of this whole entire world. This is not typically our type of thing, you know what I mean? Unless you're like a super nerd or something. But it's the fact that there's sex, there's treason, there's murder, there's deception. There is everything you can want in a modern drama placed in a prior period. Genius. Like, it was genius. So if y'all gonna focus,
it has a bigger audience.
Yeah.
It has a bigger audience, Lex.
Yeah.
The audience for this is way more broad than anything DC has. DC's biggest heroes is Batman and Superman, and they can't touch the longevity reach of this audience. So it's a smart financial move.
George literally created, like, as far as I'm concerned, and I don't like, of course I'm gonna say it biasly, but I don't think that there's a show world that can top the whole Song of Ice and Fire, Westeros. It's not a show top. Whatever you need, whatever you need. Like I said, sex, murder, deception, dragons, families, fighting, dragons. Dragons, like, what else do you want? Like, it is everything you could possibly want. There's black people, there's white people, there's good noble people.
Like an alternative universe. Like, he's crafted all of that words, like
down to the language. Valerian is and like it cracks people up, like when they go, oh, like you can really speak it. Like, no, yeah, I can. Valerian is a language recognized by the Language Association, which was crafted 10 years before the show came out. This was not a small thought. Like, he really thought this out. You know how hard it is to create a language and have it approved? Like, oh my God, this man George is different. Shout out to Jersey.
Okay, we're gonna switch gears really quick. Now, I was in a Facebook group, and I have a person called Chalk Diesel, and he said he hasn't been impressed by House of the Dragon. In fact, I'm disappointed. Have anybody else heard any? Well, while we love it, have anybody heard anything to the contrary? Lamar, I'm gonna start with you.
Yes, I just got out of one of them same Facebook groups you were talking about. I don't know if it was a man or a woman, but it sounded like a woman. But she was, whomever it was complaining that they don't like that this story is coming out when we living in a time in the world where women's rights is getting trampled on, abortion rights in America got trampled on, women in Iraq are having their heads cut off, and people are scalping their hair and using it as flags. They just don't feel like this is the right time. And I said to this person, well, when is ever going to be the right time?
Right.
Secondly, you mean to tell me that you don't think that enough people can discern facts from fiction? You really don't believe that?
Right.
And then thirdly, there is, as much as there's an audience that watches this show, there's more people in the world that don't watch it. So you got to come with me with something better than that. I told the person, it sounds like you're having some real dire personal issues that you haven't worked out. You're not controlling something in your own life that's making you feel like you should control everybody else with what they should be watching. Hell, I'm not out here slapping women. I'm not out here raping women. I'm not out here having sex with my cousin, the Targaryen down there. I'm not out here pimp slapping my child. I'm not doing none of that. I said,
Lamar, Lamar,
my bad.
Stop projecting. Stop projecting.
Okay. I'm gonna shut up.
That's the nice version of what you said. Stop projecting on everybody.
Okay, I'm gonna shut up. But that's what I said. So yes, I've had one person, Nita. One.
Okay, and I got one too. I haven't heard anything to the contrary. Moochie, what about you? You heard people talking bad, shitting on it?
No, I haven't heard anybody talking bad about it. In fact, it's people that wasn't watching the first the Game of Thrones that's really turned on to this because they heard all of the hype about Game of Thrones, and then once they knew you didn't have to know about
Watch
the other
the other
shows,
one.
they started
Yep.
watching and they open.
Me
Yep.
too. Me too.
Mhm.
Yeah. 'Cause
And
my-
then Nita, if it wouldn't have been for you and Lex, so shout out to both of y'all, I wouldn't be reviewing the show. I was gonna watch it. Don't get me wrong. I was gonna watch it, but I hadn't even thought about reviewing it because I was working on some other stuff. But I am certainly happy that you both tag team me. One of y'all punched me below the belt, while the other one gave me a stiff uppercut to the chin and knocked my ass the hell out. Because it has been nothing but new audience, new fanfare, lots of ways to be entertaining. You guys are so knowledgeable and entertaining by yourself, and you allow me to drag my wife into all this, which just makes the full circle happy. So I'm grateful that you guys have got me. You forced me to do the reviews, and it's brought us all a new audience, and we can't ask for anything more than that. An engaged audience at that.
Absolutely. Lex, have you heard any people talking trash?
No, I'm kind of just like Moochie. Like, I had a cousin that, like, my thing is getting people to watch Game of Thrones. Like, it boosts my ego. So I would try to get him to watch it for the longest, and then he started watching House of Dragon. I told him, like, it's a prequel, so you good. Like, you're not gonna get like certain innuendos, but I mean, it's not gonna kill you. So he watched it, like House of the Dragon, and then went back and like binged watch Game of Thrones and was like, oh, this is what I was missing. And it's like, yeah, welcome to the 7. Like, thanks for coming. Shared your time. But no, I really, only thing that I did hear was people saying that it's kind of slow, but I'm just like, do you remember season 1 of Game of Thrones? Like, relax. We didn't get any action other than Ned getting his Achilles slit when he was fighting with Jaime. Like, we didn't, in his head cut off. We didn't get action. We done got dragon battles. We done got death. We done got we got a lot this season. So anybody saying it's slow, you got to still keep in mind it's history.
I think people just be wanting to bump their gums about
They
something.
literally just want like microwave, like murder, death, crime on the first, and then they wonder why when you get to season 6 of these shows, it's dry.
Right.
Like,
and to that degree, to that degree, there are some people that no matter how good a show is, they just can't say it's perfect. And I'm not saying this show is perfect, even though it's pretty damn close in my opinion. It's very close. People are going to always find something to nitpick a show about. Yeah. A nitpick is fine. But when your whole pocket is lint and you saying that the show sucks, I need to know why. And don't start telling me about the realities of the world as why the show sucks. That's not the world sucking in the show. What was going on in the world has nothing to do with what the show is all about. Tell me why the show is bad, and then I can have a good conversation with you. But this show, I'm giving it a 10. I'm giving it a 9 out of 10 right now with 2 episodes left.
Yeah,
because
I just want to see how they close it.
Yeah,
exactly. Mm-hmm.
The only thing that I'm dinging the show for is the massive time jumps. Even though I think they do a really good job with trying to kind of get you back grounded, I still feel like we are missing some vital things. And they may replay it. They may pull us back and say something, have a line of dialogue that's going to explore something that we missed. And, you know, we'll see. But like I said, I just...
So Nita, if you remember, I was in that boat with you after third episode. I was like, these time jumps, man. But now to where we're at, to where they're trying to get it, I'm perfectly comfortable with the time jumps because they literally wanted to get us to this dance by the finale. So having said all that and having the actual being able to go back and look at what has happened, I can't knock the time jumps no more because some of that stuff that you talk about, they can fill it in. They can fill it in next season.
That's what I was saying. That was
right.
They done with the time jumps now, though. They done.
Yeah, they done.
If we get one, like I wouldn't expect it till like season 3, and it'll probably be the same characters, maybe with age makeup or something. But we
exactly
done with the jumps. But I will say that
a couple of kids. all of Rainier and Damon kids are really, really young. So
yeah, I mean like smaller kids, just like the main characters and things like that. But like anybody saying the show is bad, like you don't know acting. Because let me tell you something, Matt Smith need an award alone. I'm not even focused on the rest of the cast. Matt Smith been showing out as Damon, like even down in silence, like when Eamon walked away after beefing up and he kind of just stood there and looked at him and smirked. I'm like, oh, like I love Damon. And
I'm with you. Yes, Patty Considine. This last episode, look,
he ate this last episode up.
That was good, and they did a real good job with that, with the body double and everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's Patty for me.
Well, as much as y'all hate Allison, y'all got to give Allison some credit too, because y'all hate her.
Well, no, all the characters I love to hate. That mean they doing a good job.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Otto and her and Allison, yeah, definitely.
It's the casting for Allison, young Allison and old Allison. It's almost like there's no
the same person, right?
No change.
It's you just see that was the most perfect spot on casting out of everybody. Granted, like Rhaenyra could be a young Rhaenyra, but that one is just like
it fits. It fits
And
because I'm gonna be
caliber didn't decline.
No, not at all.
Good.
Now, having said that, I'm still I just careen right into Allison. A part of me still likes young Rhaenyra. And that could be because I have a young child.
No, I'm not gonna lie.
But,
I like Millie a bit better than Emily.
Yeah. Okay, so
it's the way
we had her a little bit longer, maybe.
Yeah. Well, not at this point. We even almost, but it's just like
just about.
Yeah, we almost even. It was just the feistiness in her. I feel like calmed down a bit as Rhaenyra got older, when it really should have sparked up some more.
Yeah,
like because the way let the books tell it, Rhaenyra and Daemon are literally like if Rhaenyra following up with one, Daemon following up with the two. Like, what's up? They match each other energy. Just like when she pulled up, to get the dragon egg back. Like, uncle, give me my egg. Like, I'm not getting that energy from older Rhaenyra. Like,
me neither.
Right? Could be because let me pause back. She could be calmer right now, but I think that flip is gonna switch in episode 10. Because if I'm right about episode 10, it's gonna be some death, and it's gonna be a big.
It's gonna be some death.
They showed her flying back on the dragon. I want to know if she gonna
get armor
up.
Listen,
armor on.
Look,
wait, what armor?
I saw her with armor on. In
what y'all talking about? What y'all talking about?
Dragon.
Oh yeah, Lex.
They in armor.
They holding out on you, Lex. They holding out. And in this last trailer, they had a beautiful shot of King's Landing and the Red Keep. It's just a beautiful day. It looks immaculate. They put that in there to let y'all know, like, check this out, y'all. This is the last time you're gonna see King's Landing not being underneath smoke, fire, and brimstone. So enjoy this last shot.
So it's in the trailer?
I don't think it's in the trailer.
Is it just one of those release photos? Probably.
It's a release photo. I'm about to show you right now.
I was about to say,
she's pulling it up.
Better get to talking and tell me something. I need to be hip.
She pulling it up. Uh-oh.
Okay, so I can't read this.
Is that real?
It's a different language. Hold on.
That might be like a fanfare thing.
I think that's a Viking combo because the side of her head is shaved. Rhaenyra wouldn't have shaved it. That's probably her mixed with Lagertha or something.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Did y'all watch Vikings? That look like her mixed with Lagertha.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's. Hey, Lex, I didn't know you watch Vikings too. Talking about you ain't no comic nerd.
Oh, I love Vikings. I love Vikings. Ivar was Bay.
Look,
like the evil people.
I might have to get your whole playlist because it sounds like you watch some of the same stuff we watch in this house.
Oh, I love Vikings. Vikings is.
I was watching that. I was watching C.
Yeah, Moochie be on them shows too. Moochie, you still doing Gigolo?
Did y'all watch at all? Did you guys happen to see the show it's about the witches? Oh my god. And the session, like they're in America and they're protecting America, the army. Oh my god.
No,
Motherland for Salem. Motherland for Salem.
No.
If we would have ever review another show, that need to be it. You got black witches, powerful witches.
Snap.
What is it? What is it on?
It's on Hulu.
All right,
And
okay.
it's complete now. So I've seen the whole thing, but it's complete. It's 4 seasons. That's it. It literally just finished maybe like last month. Motherland is a 12 out of 20, like a 12 out of 20.
I haven't even heard of that.
Motherland for Salem. Demetria McKinney is in it. She's one of the lieutenants. You're gonna love her.
I love her.
What is Dee's real name from Moesha? You can tell I'm a 90s baby. What is Dee's real name? She just won her award. Cheryl Lee Ralph. She's the president. She's the president. She is the president of the United States. It is so good, y'all.
Which was Motherland.
Wow.
Motherland
in the comments, let me know if y'all seen Motherland.
Motherland for Salem.
Yes. It's
okay. I'm writing it down.
Everything is out.
Okay.
Yeah, we got some powerful black people in that.
You working on a good Christmas gift this year from Team Life Games, huh?
I know that's right.
Your stocking is stuffed already, girl.
Motherland is great. It is great, and it's the perfect audience. It's black, white, but it's a lot of black people. I like the fact that it's a lot of black people and they are in power. You feel me? Like
I love it.
Like, and the witches, it's not like Sabrina the Teenage Witch type witches. They look just like me and you, but they're a part of like the army, and it's just like when it get going, it get going.
Okay. Check it out.
Okay.
It's good, y'all.
Excited.
Okay. Hey.
Oh, okay.
I see the people in the comments. Everybody talking about Motherland.
Listen, I'm telling y'all gonna be on here doing reviews. Motherland to have you like.
Okay. Look,
is the series over with?
Yeah, which is good. So you can take it at your own pace because the final episode I believe came out. If this is October, Motherland ended in September. Okay. So everything is out. You ain't gotta wait.
I watch Hulu all the time.
It's been on for like 2-3 years, and they just wrapped it up. But this was the first series in a very long time. I can honestly say when it ended, I cried, but I was proud because I was satisfied with the ending. It is so hard to get a show you satisfied with. Yeah. The show was a 10 out of 10 from episode 1 to episode whatever it ended on. Like Motherland. Motherland show.
How many seasons?
I think it's 4.
Okay.
And it's not like I think it's maybe like 10 episodes every season. So it's something that maybe in between as a space filler between our shows and Raising Kanan and stuff, but it's worth it. Good God, it's worth it. I'm talking about every episode. It's like
that is crazy because I follow Demetria and I haven't seen her promoted at all.
It's on her page for sure. It's where she's like dressed up like I cried. Her final scene was like,
okay.
He deserved an award from that alone.
My timeline, my algorithm. So change this shit so much. I don't know.
But what bothers me is no one. It seems like I've not seen nobody on YouTube talking about that show.
No.
Nobody. That's a good point.
Yes.
Well, when I catch up with you, man, I don't sweat them. When I catch up, I might have to call y'all in. Let's do a review of it. When we catch up.
Absolutely.
Motherland is very good.
Okay, I'm with that.
Well, thank you for the great recommendation. I'm excited. We sound like we here. We see each other. And we're going to go ahead and get into this little word scramble. I do a little shine with the word scramble. So it's, I don't have many. I think I only got 3 today. Yeah. And the first one is going to be, I didn't do the little whatever. What we call them, Moochie, the slides. I didn't do the slides.
Oh, okay. You just did
I just did the thing. So, do y'all want to know who said it? Do y'all want to know what is referred?
Oh, I know what it is.
Oh, you already know what it is?
Is it a category?
Oh,
Yeah.
Get it.
What is the
Oh,
category?
yep. Greta got it.
Oh, that's
Got it.
oh,
I put it in the private chat.
She
Yeah.
did. Moochie put it in private chat.
You got it. Okay, so the next one is
oh, dang, I gotta be on my. I know what it is. I'm excited. I know.
Put it in the private chat.
In
Put
the
it in the
private
private
chat.
chat.
okay.
Yep. Yep.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Yay! I should not be this excited.
Yes, you should.
Nah, this is I like this. I like
I
this.
know.
Mhm.
I
It's
got
like
some
word
I got
search.
y'all
Very scrambled.
stuff. Y'all must be something in the chat. Oh shit, Monique got it.
She got it. Monique
Mhm, Monique
69
got it.
ways got it.
Thank you so much. I wanted to thank you personally for your donation. I appreciate you so much for my family. I appreciate you. So yes, Greta. Yes. You got it, boo. All right, and so this is the last and final one, and we're gonna get on out of here because I don't want to keep you for a long time. I just want to keep you for a good time. Okay, here's the next one. Wait a minute. Why is it reading backwards like that? Wait a minute. No, this is not right. Okay, so
It's supposed to be saying Lord of the Tides. Ooh.
that's exactly what it's supposed to be saying, but it looks like it's kind of.
Let me put it in the private chat.
They done heard you already.
I'm sorry. I don't know what the hell I did.
Golly.
Look, that must have been when the drink started kicking in. Shit, I don't know.
You got it. You.
I'm gonna put it tonight.
Oh,
all right,
man.
y'all. We go ahead on up out of here. We had a good time with y'all discussing, all things Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon. Had a good time with all of you guys tonight. Thank you so much, Lamar, Lex, Moochie. Y'all tell us anything you want to make, any kind of announcements, what's going on your channel, whatever you want to promote. At the floor. Thank you for your time.
Oh, okay.
I just want to promote the great crowd. That's all. I just want to promote the great audience that comes through, keeps empowering us to keep doing what we're doing. You guys rock. You super chat, you share, you like, you encourage others to watch us because we bring something different to the table. You guys are the real fans, and we are truly in your debt. And thank you for coming to see us every single time. We're so grateful.
Thank you so much. Moochie?
I want to say thank you to everybody that's coming through and they represent hard for all our channels. I want to tell y'all thank you and we appreciate you. Keep coming. We're going to keep the content coming and keep having fun with it. And tomorrow I'm going to set up a live for I can't even get it out for Gigolo. So
okay.
I'm gonna try to set that up, and I'm gonna see if I could get some maybe some guests. I don't know. We'll see.
Good. Love it. And you guys remember, me, Moochie, Miss K, we broke down the first 3 seasons of Game of Thrones. So if you want to go check that out on my channel, they are on the channel for your viewing pleasure. So make sure, if you are a Game of Thrones fan and you didn't know, because now this is House of the Dragon, but we have Game of Thrones content on the channel as well. So if you want to check that out and see me, Moochie, and Miss K break it on down, just go ahead and check it out on channel. Make sure you subscribe to all of the people. Lex, you have anything to say?
Shout out to you guys. You guys are the real MVPs. But thank you to anybody who follows me on Instagram. It's at the Khaleesi. Just on my YouTube channel, stream my music. The Chucky video will be out on the 28th of this month. So if you haven't heard the song, go stream that. Available everywhere. And love you guys.
Okay. Love you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Good night.
You love them too, guys.
Night. Enjoy your weekend.